Pawn races are often difficult to calculate in rook endings, and here the drawish tendency is reduced, of course. But how to proceed in Fischer-Benke Championship of the United States, New York, 1959? To improve white's king with king b4, or passed pawns must be pushed with b4? And in this case, Bobby took the wrong decision, I think. He should advance the pawn immediately. Then often exchanges and pawn endings are possible, and in the races of the b against the g pawn, this is, of course, a very, very important tempo. Now I think that white is winning. For example, g5, and now the all-important check. The pawn endgame is not possible. That is very important, and rook g7 must be prevented. But now black's king is badly placed, and white has rook a6, and this is extremely annoying, of course. Yeah, to me it seems that now white always wins. It is very close, but black doesn't have a defense. Now the rook is very well placed, and white's king can stop black's rook from getting behind the pawns easily, and also this against, if black pushes the pawn to g2, then there is no trick somehow. Yeah, and I think that white is winning. It is very close, but it should work. And if black in this case gives the check, then now king b4, and now the pawn has crossed the line. To stop rook g6, but again, white would be too quick. Check, and then advancing with the b pawn, and white wins. In the game, Bobby made a mistake. It's very seldom that he made a mistake in such technical endings, but here it is very difficult, as those races are hard to calculate. But he will win nevertheless, and it's still very fascinating. Okay, now, of course, Benke pushes his passed pawn. And other than in the game, now the king can advance. White cannot go into the pawn endgame, and somehow it feels better for black than the other line. Black's counterplay is more dangerous, Bobby has to deal with it, and this looks like a draw, especially as king f7 is playable. Okay, if the rook is taken, then the g-pawn cannot be stopped. This doesn't make sense. So Bobby prepares to give his rook against the g-pawn later, and still hopes to win with his queenside pawns. But here, white's rook should be too passive and black should be active enough, I think. But okay, the moment still comes. Okay, now Benke will send his king to the queen side, so Bobby must advance, and what now? Rook b6 check, or rook takes a6? The a-pawn is the most dangerous enemy and must be eliminated, and now it's it all. This is a book draw. It's a bit hard to say why Benke didn't go for it, because he's one of the world's leading endgame specialists, so he must know it, but the nervous tension is just too strong, especially when you played Bobby, I guess. Yeah. And here, okay, black has okay, white has a cutoff, but black has enough checking distance, and so has a book draw. While taking the b-pawn loses. Now white's a-pawn is too strong. The checking distance is not large enough, which Bobby exploits now. Only 2 squares, so the king can come closer. Rook, the rook checks will peter out. the king shortens the distance, and so it's lost. Rook takes a7, comes of course rook g7 check, and rook g8 is threatened. So, yeah, but nevertheless, the best defense is king f6. King e6 allows the cutoff, and now it's an easy win, and Bobby converted after some further moves. Relatively best is king f6, as now white must win with queen against rook. It's not so easy to see here at the moment, but this leads to a typical well-known book win, but white must now, after king f7 to stop rook g8, rook b8, immediately win with queen against the rook, as there's nothing better than... And important is that black's rook is on the third rank, by the way, very important. We will see why. And now king d6, so that white's king cannot escape on the queen side and must run through the central files. Now the king runs. Okay. No way forward for the king. Now the rook must come, and yeah, already can be seen the reason why there will result in endgame with queen against rook. And it's important that if the rook would be on h1, it would be lost directly. If the rook would be on h2, it would be lost by a series of checks quickly. But with the rook on h3, now white must win this endgame, breaking the third rank defense, the second rank defense, the fielded opposition of the endgame type, and so on and so on and so on. Yeah, so in this moment, king f7, king f6 would have been more tenacious if Benko had played, but okay, Bobby would have won with queen, of course.